Hello everybody, and welcome to the trials, welcome to the tribulations, and welcome to my hair life journey. I haven't been here in a long time. I think it's like 6 months now, 5 months. Ooh. I haven't been here in a very long time, and let me tell you why. Okay, I've been going through a lot of things. Yeah, life has been lifing, life has been happening for the girl. But I think the main basis of it all, of why I haven't been here, is because I just was not in the right frame of mind mentally. So 2021 for me, in a mentally, just it took quite a toll on me. In as much as there were so many wins in between, but there was also like a lot of loss, a lot of introspection, a lot of feeling like you don't belong. So in 2020, I had moved out of an apartment that I used to share with somebody. And then I moved into a digs. If you don't know what a digs is in Cape Town or wherever, a digs is basically a house share. So I moved into a house share because I was like, oh yes, independence and age. I put a lot of pressure on myself with regard to like my age, where I should be, where I want to be, and the things that I want to achieve. And I feel like in in a way I kind of felt like I took a step back by moving into a digs, because it's kind of like student based, but then you're still independent and you still I pay my own rent. I've been paying my own rent since, but like moving into a digs kind of made me feel like now you can start to be a woman, right? You can start growing, you can start building on yourself. So when I moved there, and it was okay. I don't want to lie, like it was okay. I had my own freedom, like I had my own space. I had freedom to do anything that I wanted to do without, the fear of a landlord, so to speak. So that happened, and I kind of got to a point where with my content I kind of got very despondent. Is that the word? So whenever I wanted to create anything, I felt like the space was too small. So that kind of got to me, coupled with coupled with feeling like you don't belong in the content creation space. Wow, in the content creation space, feeling like you don't belong, fear of being rejected by the general public. That those are the things that kind of started to creep into my mind. When I created content, I would create content, I'd get good engagement, and I also think the people that I kind of like followed, like that's why it's so important to create your own content, to curate the types of media that you consume. So with consuming different types of media, it kind of made me feel like, why am I even here? Like, your channel has been on 1,000 and somewhat for so long. Like, I've had my channel for like 3 years now, and I kind of felt like very despondent. Like, I felt like I wasn't doing the things that I was supposed to be doing, and I was doing them, but it wasn't working out, but I wasn't consistent also. So when they say be consistent, they mean it. Like, it's a thing. Like, being consistent will yield you results. So I wasn't as consistent as I wanted to be. Like, a lot of the time I just was not inspired to create content. I wanted to, but I wasn't really inspired to create content. So I tried to keep afloat. And I think after the last video that I shot on my YouTube, I think I texted my sister and I was like, yeah, no, I'm taking a break. I think I need to chill a bit on the YouTube. And she was like, yo, if you feel like you need to take a break, please do, and come back when you're ready. I kind of feel like I am ready, only because I feel like mentally I'm getting to a point where I've spoken to myself enough to be like, yo, you matter. Like, a lot of good things happened in 2021. I finally completed my degree, which I completed in 2020, but I graduated in 2021. By graduating, it was basically just an online thing, this whole online situation. Then they sent us like we had like a whole ceremony, but then you just watch it through your laptop. Thank you, Coco. Thank you so much. Thank you for stealing our thunder. But anyways, so yeah, that happened. I finished my degree, got graduated, and in that same year I had applied for a different position at work, and I was on the position for on a temporary basis. So but then, and then in February of 2021 I made permanency, so that meant I wouldn't go back to customer service. So if just to put it out there, I worked for Amazon in customer service, and that's the occupation that I did straight after varsity or during varsity. And then I applied still within the company, but in a different department, different aspect of Amazon. So now I made permanency in that, which meant a young promotion for the girl. So that was, that was a good thing. I witnessed one of my good friends get married, like love won last year. So many weddings, by the way. Just there were like a lot of weddings, but I experienced, like, I went to a wedding, like I haven't been to a wedding in a long time, and I went to a wedding. One of my good friends got married in October, and I moved into my own apartment, like where the lease is in my name and it's an apartment. It's not a digs. The digs, it was a lease. The lease was in my name, but it was a digs. I couldn't buy furniture. I couldn't buy stuff. I couldn't step into the next level that I wanted to step into, which is why I had to move. So I moved, got a new place. Now I can buy furniture, I can buy stuff. I can finally envision the bigger picture of where I see myself when I'm 30, 31, 35, right? So those are the things that happened, right? Those are the wins, like those are the good things. But also there were a few bad things, like a lot of the time I've been single for so long, so a lot of the time when you've been single, people are like, yeah, self-love. I mean, there's only so much self-love that you can do. And to be quite honest, self-love is not something that you like, oh, you decide today, oh, I'm gonna self-love myself. I feel like every day that you live, every day that you take care of yourself, every day that you try to keep yourself afloat, that's self-love. It's not defined by a face mask, a bath. Like, those are nice things to romanticize your life and to make it soft and luxurious and all those things, but I just believe self-love is something that we practice every single day. It's not to say, oh, this happened, now let me step into self-love. Every waking moment, every day that you wake up is self-love. Every day that you choose yourself, that is self-love. Like, it doesn't have to be oh my god, you had a major breakup and now you're trying to step into. Every day is an act of love towards yourself. That's what I believe. Okay, so okay, leading to the whole self-love thing, right? Why I say self-love. So with self-love, you kind of have to choose yourself every time. And when you've been single for so long, people will tell you, yeah, you need to learn to love yourself. Hey, Betuna, I've been loving myself. Sorry, I've been loving myself for so long that I was like, it's about time that I found somebody to love on, right? And just like any other and every other year, I guess my traumas prevailed and I am still single. So I was very unlucky. In that aspect. I joined a lot of dating sites. I spoke to a lot of men. And I just haven't found my Prince Charming. Am I going to keep looking this year? I don't know. A lot of the things that I used to watch, like, a lot of things a lot of people say would be like, oh, you don't look for love will find you, hey. I honestly don't know how I feel about love finding me. I would rather it found me while I waited for it. Does that even make sense? I don't know. But it was just it's just one of those things, man. Okay, I don't know where I was, but this thing stopped recording. So anyways, I'm gonna touch on certain aspects of my life that shouldn't be on the internet, but I'm gonna put them on the internet anyway, because the internet isn't real, number one. So you can post whatever it is that you want to post. Rats. Anyways, so in the year 2021, it kind of went into a spiral, because I was like, oh my god, I was so lonely in 2020. I wanted to find love, and I was very unlucky in that aspect. I won't go too much into detail as to what happened, but I got really unlucky, and a lot of the things that happened in those dating, or in me dating, I discovered like a lot of things about myself, and I also discovered a lot of things about how I kind of relate to people. I'm not too sure who said this, or I read this on Twitter, but it was more so like, you can't self-love in isolation, because you can love yourself so much in like every waking day. Like I said, every waking day is an act of love towards self, which is you. But this passage I read said you cannot self-love in isolation, because how will you know that you've healed your traumas if you don't have a safe space for you to practice the things that you've learned about yourself, or the unlearnings of your traumas and all of that. So it kind of made me very wary in terms of like sharing my space anymore, because of the things that I just discovered and the things that people are looking for. It's I think I looked in the wrong places, and by the wrong places I mean not to say online dating is wrong. It's just that I got to a point where I've been burned so many times in terms of online dating that I don't think I want to do that anymore. I hardly ever leave my house. So it's going to be interesting now that we wear masks, and I usually go to the mall or anywhere else alone, and I'm always in a rush. I read somewhere on Twitter where it said that the reason why people don't approach you is because you operate outside like you've got something you need to rush and go back home to. So I don't know how I'm going to meet the love of my life, but if the good Lord wants to send them, via, I don't know, guys. So however love finds me, I hope love finds me and I'm in a place where I've healed, or in a place where I can easily open up. Because I feel like a lot of the times I hardly ever opened up about anything. I opened up, but I didn't open up. I'm a very good communicator to a fault. I communicate, but I don't open up. Like I make you feel like I'm there, but I'm not there. Anyways, so yeah, and I just, things like that really got me in a rut, and I kind of lost myself trying to find someone and give things to people that don't deserve them, or give parts of myself to situations that were never even opened up to me. So that also contributed to a lot of self-doubt. I know I'm amazing, don't get that wrong. I'm amazing, I'm smart, beautiful, I can hold a good conversation, I'm a Gemini. So things like that, I know myself, I know what I want, I know what I'm looking for, right? So yeah, I feel like I'm gonna blab on and say things that I shouldn't be saying on the internet. Like I said, I don't want to put my life like that out there, but some of the things that I'll be doing going forward to 2022, things that I want to do in 2022 for myself are huge, amazing, scary. Fear has a very weird way of settling into my soul. So this year I really don't want to focus on the fear, but just to create. The internet isn't real. So you can put whatever it is that you want to put out there, as long as you're comfortable with it being in the cloud like that. So I want to focus more on myself, focus more on the extracurricular, not extracurricular girl, the extra, like things on the side, like side hustles, being YouTube, being Instagram, trying to build my brand, trying to build myself as a woman, in living in South Africa in a pandemic, trying to establish a healthy means of attaching to people, healthy means of communicating with people as well. So this year is about to be exciting. I'm gonna try and push myself in ways that I don't think I've ever pushed myself. The spirit of fear needs to leave me alone, and but yeah, so I've decided I'm gonna try something. I don't know whether you should say this or you shouldn't say this. It's more like fasting, right? So I guess I won't say it until I've gone through it and I can update you guys on how it's going. But a lot of self-love, a lot of choosing myself. So what I'm going to do with this clip, I'm going to insert a few of my highlights in 2021. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I know I said a lot, but at the same time didn't say much. Just know that in 2021 my mental health was in shambles. I tried to pick myself up. A good friend of mine got married and I moved into an apartment in 2021. Yay! So yeah, to 2022 being better, bigger, and more money, more luxury, you know. 2022 is about to be huge. Okay, don't say I didn't tell you, but it's about to be huge. But what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna insert a few highlights and clips of my 2021. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day, morning, night, or evening, or whenever you watch this. And thank you so much for tuning in, and please subscribe if you haven't. Please subscribe, please like the video, please comment down below. How was 2021 for you, and what are you doing different for 2022 to make it better? So yeah man, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.